Hey guys, what's up? Bob here. So, back with another update for Firefist. So basically what I wanted to go over was basically I made some changes before locals, and I think they were really good changes, in my opinion. So I wanted to just show you guys what's up. And this isn't going to be like full on deck profile where I explain what everything does, but I'm just going to kind of run through everything. So, man, that was really impressive how I couldn't pick up that card. Anyway, let's go ahead and start. So, first off is Resonator Firefist, so triple red Resonator because he's the best. Basically, he sets up your Horse Prince plays. Speaking of that, Caribou, 2. Obviously, Horse Prince plays. 2, Rooster, because he's really good. Bear, Gorilla, Boar, and then Dragon. He's the best one. And then triple Wolfbark. So that's 14 monsters. There's going to be one more, but I'll show you that in a second. So we'll just move those over. Triple Resonator Call, because you really need to get to your red Resonators. Triple Tenki, because it gets to everything else. Double Tensu, and then Raigeki, double Instant Fusion, and then Magic Planner, because they're all like really good. This one, you run a lot of continuous traps, and then, Instant Fusion for Norden and stuff. And then traps, double Solemn, and then, let's see, Bottomless, and then all your continuous ones, Vanities, triple Fiendish Chain, Call the Haunted, and Tensen. I cut this down to 1 because I thought that, and I also cut Bear down to 1, because it was just kind of cloggy. They both were. Also, completely cut Yakao, or whatever, however you say it, and cut both of my Sandstorm Mirror Force. They were, Yakao was, it didn't help first turn, especially going first. You just can't use it. So it's basically like having a 4-card opening hand rather than 5, and that's really not what you want. It just didn't have as much utility as it didn't have as much utility as I would like. As far as Sandstorm Mirror Force, it's still a good card, but it just wasn't necessarily what I was really needing in this deck, so I cut it. And then 1 Bear I cut because basically I was drawing into too many monsters. Like whenever I bricked, it was because I drew too many monsters. Bear at 1 is fine, but popping stuff isn't as good as it necessarily used to be. So I'll show you what I added. Zephyros, the Elite, and then a Foolish. Zeph is amazing, just because basically what he lets you do is bounce back one of your face-up cards. So that's usually like a Fiendish Chain, Call the Haunted, or a Tenki. Then you lose 400 life points, but you summon him. So he basically helps to rank 4. It was either this or it was either Zephyros or, Trick Clown. But I went with Zephyros because he lets you get back your Tenkis and stuff. And then Foolish because it goes really well with him. And then triple Upstart. You definitely saw this if you watched any of my duels. Upstart has been, it's just been amazing. Just basically, what I was looking at it as, I was drawing these instead of, my Blazing Mirror Forces, Quaking Mirror Force? Whatever, the Earth one. I was drawing this instead of that, and every situation where I drew one of these, I was better off having it. Even though I was giving my opponent some life points, it was so much better to just get that extra consistency, because that's what I was really lacking. I didn't do so well 1 week ago, so this time I went 3-1. It was only 4 rounds, but whatever. Anyway, this was so much better, just because I only bricked like once, and every other hand I got was playable. Even if I lost that duel, I still had like a playable hand. It was just because the other person had a playable hand too. And then, so there were I think 1 change or 2 changes to the extra deck. So I went double Tiger King, double Cardinal. I cut out a Castel for one of these, and I actually am going to cut out 101 for Castel. Every time I got Arc. He's not good. He's not bad, obviously. He's a very good card. But there were a lot of situations where I was like, oh man, I really wish I could hit a field spell. 2 different situations where I could have hit a field spell. And every situation where I could have hit something with this, I could also have hit it with Castel. So I'm going to definitely drop this for Castel. The reason I cut it out for an extra Cardinal. I had not done super hot against like some random deck. And basically, if I had had another Cardinal, I would have won, like, really easy. So I decided to add in the extra Cardinal. And I was like, okay, well, he's basically just Castel and crack. So I'll just drop Castel. But there were a lot of situations where I could have made a rank 4, but not a Fire Fist rank 4. Or, even just, like, not a Cardinal, because he takes 2 Fire Fist monsters. I can still make this guy really easy, but there were a couple of situations where it was like, oh man, if I could make a Castel right now, I would just win. So, we're going to drop 101, unfortunately. I really like 101 still, but we're going to drop him. And then we still have Dweller, we still have Dark Rebellion, Exceed Dragon, 2 Norton, 2 Horse Prince, and we actually swapped out Goyo for Vulcan the Divine. He's fantastic. I never actually made him today, but yesterday. But basically, he's sort of similar to Zephyros. He basically bounces back one of your cards and one of your opponents. So you can use it on Tenki. You can't use the Tenki that turn, but if you've already used it that turn anyway, then you couldn't have used it anyway. So basically, it just gives you a play for next turn. Or you can use it on one of your traps and just get it back. So that's really nice. And then, of course, Kieran and Crimson Blader and Trish. You could actually take out Trish. I never used him, but I don't know. I like having him there. Anyways, that's the deck profile, or sort of update thing. Basically, the main addition was these upstarts. They were fantastic. I'm very happy with how they went. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you later. Bye!